What a bunch of, oh, wait a minute. It's all good usable stuff. Even the cheap POS one. That's a better one there. This is stuff that's been in the back barn in 2 totes that I threw together out of old pallets.
This is hard.
This came out of my shop when we lived in town. I got truck parts. I got a rechargeable flashlight.
For last time, dude, I don't
Electrical stuff, plumbing stuff, a little bit of everything. A couple of things in here, stuff we inherited when we bought the place. There's she just knocked it down. Oh, look, I got my handful and she's gonna hand me more. Barrel gauge. We inherited that with the place in town.
I'm gonna start crying.
You don't see those anymore. So, hey, I did have an air sander. I knew I did. It's right there in the box. Oh yeah, that's what those big discs were for. I was thinking the big discs were for the side of a grinder type setup. What happened for that? Yeah. I had a little palm sander in there. I've got 1 or 2 since then, and oh man, my old tape measure fell apart. Old 1/2 inch, 12 foot. Nope, that's a 3/4 12 foot. That was a plastic bodied one. Stanley did that for a while. Plastic pieces of shit. You drop them and they go across the shop. So yep.
Like that.
Yep, just like that. A couple things she still needs to get out of that box, like that big staple.
Oh, it still works.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
Jesus.
She just found out those markers smell. But it does still work. Still have 2 marks there. She's going to go to work now. That stuff has been in storage here for 5 years. Oh yeah, here's a neat one. Well, she's got a hold of it. She holds still and I hold still. If it'll focus. Hell, I'll just read it to you. Albina Union Pacific Employees. FCU. 4412 North Maryland Avenue, Portland, Oregon. Phone number and stuff. My grandfather was shop foreman at Union Pacific Guard in Portland. So, you know, little pocket set of screwdrivers. There's a Phillips,
There's
a
Phillips
flat,
flathead and
a pointed,
pointy, and these 2.
and there's 2 for making screw threads. If it'll focus, you can kind of notice. So that was kind of neat. I haven't seen that in a long time. Talked to the gentleman about the piece of property up on the hill, and he's home today. We're going to see if we can move tractors, at least get them out close enough to the road to fuel them and service stuff. And we may sneak up there. But look, we got a lot more shit to go through too. Oh, and look what she found. What'd she find? Look at that, brand new riffing screws. See, she forgets. I had all this stuff at home too. Kind of like, there's a box of nails down there.
I have the old guy from the original shop.
Yeah, there's
at home.
2
It's still
there.
telling me that I have parts of bits.
Yeah, any kind of don't know. She sees things and hears things from those in our past. And when we moved out of Banks,
I cried like a baby.
for one, the old lady that lived there, who was her son and my father-in-law were best friends. And my wife used to walk across from school and watch Days of Our Lives or one of those soaps with her after school every day, almost every day. And when we were working on the house before we moved into it, what are the 3 main tools you use if you're doing stuff? A pair of slip joints, a hammer, and a little pry bar. Well, I kept them on the kitchen counter. There's some more stuff we found in there, but I got to empty my hands. And I'm hoping that's still a good tire gauge, but I doubt it. Yeah, made in China. There we go. One day, I can't find my tools, the one I need. And it was there not 2 minutes before that. So I'm complaining to Becky. The hell did you do with it? I need it. I don't have it. I haven't seen it. It was there last time I saw, you know. We both searched the whole house. We searched outside on the porch. We searched out in the shed. To no avail. After over an hour of searching, I walked back in, leaned my butt up against the counter right where 2 of the 3 tools were. And I kind of looked up and looked around and I said, Thelma, we're not trying to destroy your house. We're trying to make it better for us to start a family like you did here. And I, you know, like a 5-minute conversation with nobody that's there. Keep in mind, this is long before she was even born. I get done saying my piece to her. She found a string level and she don't know what it is.
I'll see if it still works or not.
It still works. I turned around. There's the slip joints laying there with the hammer and the pry bar. Literally. And I thanked her profusely, and I went on about what I was doing. Fast forward a few years, well, more than a few, when Yo-Yo over here was big enough to have her own bedroom upstairs. Our bedroom and her bedroom were kitty corner from each other. And she's talking like, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning one day. What are you doing? Who are you talking to? No one. Well, later we found out that, the kids that drew all this stuff, at least one of them, and I got her choked up. That's when we found out she could see things and hear things. But when we moved, she would see Thelma in the window of the house when she'd go by. And Thelma was not happy with the people that are living there now. I mean, she wasn't happy that we moved out and my brother-in-law bought the place for a rental, but she understood. But then the renters moved in and she's not happy. And it got, I was here, so the kids did most of the cleaning stuff up out of the garage and shop and everything. Found out that, I knew that my shop in town was a truck shop for many years. Found out one of the mechanics there was still there. And he was pissed that things were leaving the shop. Then they tore the shop down after that, and he likes to visit with her once in a while. I mean, he's not mean to her, but, she just has to listen to him complain. Because for its day, it was a hell of a nice truck shop. But, anyway, that's the story on this shit. That's, I just wasted 8 minutes of your night. Good thing you like to listen to me gab. And the whiskey can make sure she's all right. Incidentally, that place where the tractors are parked, the old boy up there, he's still there. She said he was complaining to me when I was working down below the barn up there because I was in his sheep pasture. I need to get the hell out of his sheep pasture. It's like, yep, that's Jim. Hell of a nice old guy. But, you don't know what year he's living in now. And me being in his sheep pasture just wasn't what he wanted. But, yeah, Anyway, we got to figure truck parts out and stuff here. And there's a fan out of a heater and some lights. Gotta see, more nails.
I'm tired of nails. I picked up 6 freaking boxes and put them in there.
You put them in here?
Trust me, there was like 5 more boxes in there, Dad.
Yeah, well,
Of just nails.
Lots of shit to go through. Anyway, now they got 9.5 minutes. That don't leave me much for anything else. Well, we did go up on the hill today. It was at least dry enough to be able to get the tractors out to service them. And went up and met with the landowner up above. He moved one of the burn piles off the field, which was good. Pushed the others up, so we know where the edges are and can find them. And I told him I thought we'd come back down, get some lunch, go back up with the service truck and service stuff. And if we couldn't do much where we were, we'd head up to his place. And there we go. When the float goes up, you can see it better. Yeah, kind of an early lunch because we got back here, I don't know, 11:45. It was sprinkling up there when we were up there. It sprinkled when we got home. Literally, about the time I got done making my sandwich, it started dumping. And it hasn't slowed down since. So, yeah. I figured I better come check on those ladies. Haven't looked on them since I was in the barn this morning, and I don't see any calves on the ground, and I don't see any calves sticking out of their butts from here, so. And they're obviously content standing out in the rain. Hey, look, I'm in Becky's car with Becky! She made me go over there. She had to go take care of some friends' kitties while they're out of town for the weekend. And yes, been doing this all afternoon. This morning looked so promising. Yeah. Oh well. Oh look, somebody that can actually stop and wait for traffic. Usually they wait till you're to them and then they jet out in front of you. Wonder why you get mad and they do 10 miles an hour because they have no idea where they're even at. Because their GPS didn't tell them where they really are. It just said turn left. Yeah, they probably just come from the winery, probably drunk off their ass too. Yeah. But you know, nobody cares if you leave a winery drunk. But God, try to leave the bar and the cops will get you. Anyway, yeah, you got a funky video today. It is what it is. So, thanks for watching, everybody. And hopefully tomorrow's better weather.